Here's what we're going to do today. You can see in that top right corner, we've got XP bar. We're just going to add some XP and it's going to increase our level. It's going to be super simple, super easy. And at the end of it, you'll be able to right click the system, migrate it, and it'll all go over perfectly fine. Any questions? We now have a Discord as well. Feel free to join that or leave comments on the videos. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much. Right click, create a new folder. We're going to get our XP level system. That's going to be the name. We're going to then open it up and right click again. We're going to get a blueprint class and we want an actor component. An actor component can be added to any actor. So this XP system or level system can now be used on enemies or on blocks or anything really. So I'm going to dock that here. We don't need a begin play. We don't need an event tick, so we're going to get rid of those. We're going to add a function by clicking the plus and right click to rename that to calculate XP percentage. That's going to calculate our bar across the top. And we're going to add two variables. They're both going to be floats and they're going to be current XP. We're going to press Ctrl D with one selected and this will be max XP. Current XP is going to start at 0, but max XP, if we come to details and we go to this value range just here, we're going to put in 100. So that's the minimum value that it can start at. And then when we type in 1 on this max XP, it's going to reset that to 100 because it's the minimum. We're going to select current XP, drag it into our function and select get current XP, and the same for max XP. And we're going to get safe divide. And current XP is going to go into A and max XP into B. And then from this return value, we're going to create a event dispatcher. So come across to the left, click the plus on event dispatcher, and this is going to be on XP changed. We go to details. We're going to add in a new parameter. This will be a float, and this will be new percentage. And then we're going to select event dispatcher, drag it into the world, and call it. And this is done for this bit. Next, we're going to add a new function. We're going to say increase XP, and we're going to get our current XP, and we're going to do an add. And this bottom pin here is going to go into our increase XP node at the start. And then going to get current XP from the left, drag it out, and instead of pressing get, we're going to press set. So then we're going to make a new event dispatcher, and this will be on current XP changed. And this is because I want it to be in words what our current XP is. So like 10 out of 50 or 50 out of 100 or whatever. So this will be our current XP value. And we're going to get on current XP changed, drag it out, press call. And now you can either feed in this set here, or you can get current XP and feed that in as well. Then with this function at the top will calculate XP. We're going to drag that out and place that next because we need to calculate what the new XP percentage is. And then we're going to drag out get current XP, drag out max XP and get both of those. And we're going to do more than or equals to or greater than or equals to. So if current XP is more than max XP, we're going to drag out from this red node, press B to get a branch. And then from true, we're going to get current XP, get max XP, subtract current XP from max XP, and promote this to a variable. So drag out from the subtract node, promote to a local variable, and I call all my local variables L left over XP. And from true, we're going to connect that to set L left over XP. Then we're going to make a new function. So come to the top, press the add button to make a new function. We're going to increase level, and then we're going to go back to increase XP. So select it, double click it, and it'll take you back into increase XP. Select increase level and drag that out. So we've got more XP than we need our max XP. We've calculated how much is left, and then we're going to increase the level. Then we're going to set the current XP to 0 to reset it, and we're going to call increase XP, so you can drag out increase XP. And leftover XP, our local variable, we're just going to feed into the node at the bottom. I've got mine as B. To change that, we can select increase XP and go to details and say value to increase by on the inputs, and that'll change it. So it's checking if we've got more XP than what we need. If we do, then it minuses off to see how much is left. It increases the level, which we'll sort in a sec, sets the current XP back to 0, and then runs around again. So if we had 100 and our max XP was 50, then we would have 50 left over, and it will go around again, and it would then level up currently twice because our requirements are 50 each. Okay, but we're going to change that. So if we double click on increase level, then we need a new variable. So we need a level variable, which will be an integer. This will be level. We can drag that out and get it again, and then drag that and type in plus plus, and that's our increment. So this is always going to add 1 to this. Then we need a new event dispatcher, which is on level changed. And we go to details and new parameter, drop this down to an integer, and this will be new level. So then we can drag on level changed and call it, and this will set our level text once we set it up. We're going to add a new function here, so I'm going to click the plus button in the top, add a new function called increase max XP, go back to increase level, drag out increase max XP, and attach that to the end. We're going to open up increase max XP. We're going to get max XP, and we're going to multiply that. This will be 1.25. From there, we're going to round so that it's not a half number, it's a full number. And then max XP will set. We're going to create a new event dispatcher, and this will be called on max XP changed. And again, details, go to new parameters at the top and make a float, and this will be our new max XP. And then we can call that and pass max XP into the new max XP, and then top left, get calculate percentage and pull that out and set that in here. Okay, so every time we level up, we increase max XP, we check if it's more than or less than, then we increase the level, and then we increase the max XP as well. So inside our functions, we're going to add a final one, and this will be our set starting XP values. So if we save a game, we're going to want to set the starting XP values to be the new ones rather than any old ones or default ones that we've got. And we're going to get on level changed and call it, on current XP changed and call it, on max XP changed and call it, and then finally calculate percentage from our functions. We'll connect all those up. And then new level needs the level input here. Current XP value needs the current XP, and max XP needs the max XP as well. We can compile and save that. And now we're going to press Control and spacebar to go to our content browser, right click, user interface, get a widget blueprint, and this will be our WBP, XP, and level. I'm going to open that up, and we're going to add a overlay. And then I'm going to add vertical box. Can't spell. Vertical box. I'm going to add a vertical box. And we're going to add 2 horizontal boxes. And those need to be in the vertical box. Then we're going to add a progress bar. And this is going to be inside our vertical box. And then inside the first horizontal box, we're going to add 3 text boxes. So 1, 2, 3. And then inside the second horizontal box, we're going to add 2. And we're just going to move progress bar to be at the top. So our top horizontal box is going to be called our XP details. And our second horizontal box is going to be called level details, just so that we know which one we're dealing with. We'll start with our progress bar. This will be set to fill, and we'll change the color to be like a goldy color. And our percent should be 1 so that we can see it. Next, we'll come to the first text block in XP details, and we're going to change that text block's name to be current XP tbox, the text box, and is variable ticked. You might need to try and tick that a couple of times, it's a bit funky. We'll change the text block to be 000, and that's it for the first part. Next, the middle text block, we're just going to change the text block to be a slash. And then the end text block is going to be renamed to max XP tbox, and then is variable tick to true. And the text, the default text will be again 000. We come down to level details, select that first text box. The name of that will be left alone. And then text, we can change the default to be level, colon, space. Come down to the second text box, the final one, and we can change that to be level tbox, and change that to be a is variable, and then the text block itself can be 000. And now we have our current text, our max text, our level text. If we select at the top, we can go fill screen, custom on screen, and we can change that to be 400 by 100, and then select the vertical box, and we can fill the entire thing like that to look nicer. Okay, so back in the graph, because this can be used on enemies and other things as well, we're going to go to content drawer, right click, get a blueprint interface, call this BPI XP widget, open that up. The first one will be set XP widget percentage, and this will take an input of a float, and this will be new percentage, and then we can press Ctrl D and duplicate that twice, and we'll go back to the second one. This will be set max XP, and the third one will be set current XP, and we can change the inputs to be current XP and the max one to be max XP, and then we duplicate that one more time. We do set current level, change that to be a integer, and this will be current level. Now we're finished with the BPI, so we can close that. Back in our widget, we're going to come to class settings. We're going to go to implemented interface, and we want to get the XP BPI. And now we have 4 new functions here. So we're going to open up each of those. And in the first one, which is our set current level, we're going to get our level T box and set text. And we're going to feed in current level to in text. Set current XP, we're going to get our current XP T box. Drag that out. Set text. And connect that and the current XP to the in text. Set max XP, we're going to get our XP max XP T box. Set text. And connect those together. And then percentage, we're going to get our progress bar and call set progress, or set percent, sorry. And we're going to get the set percent function and pass the values into each other. Now this enables us to use this XP bar on other things because we're just able to call these widget references rather than having to call the hard reference itself. Okay, so now we're just going to make a HUD. So user interface, go to widget blueprint, make a WBP HUD. This will be our display HUD, and get a canvas panel. And then we can add in our XP widget. And if we make it bigger, then we can see it all like that. If we move this over here, then so we're going to grab the anchor, which is this little flower thing, move it into this top corner and attach it here, and that should enable us to make the screen smaller, and it will adjust this. We're going to go back to our content drawer, go to third person, go to blueprints, BP third person, click add at the top, and we're going to add the XP system. And then right at the top, we're going to create a widget. This will be our HUD widget. I'm going to promote this to a variable. And then from the variable, we're going to add to viewport. Select the XP widget. And we're going to add those 4 events. So XP widget, so XP system on current XP changed, XP system on level changed, XP system on max CP. Well, that should be XP changed. Now, our new variable, which is our HUD variable, we're going to grab that and get it, and then we're going to get the WBP, XP, and level. And for each of these, we're going to call the interface, which is percent. So set XP widget percentage and feed that into here. Copy and paste the new variable, which is your HUD, and the target. Paste those into here, and then we're going to call the XP set current XP message for our on current XP changed, and we're going to call the level message set current level or on level changed, and finally max XP, get the max XP message. Now you can just do direct set, like you could get the T boxes from here and do a direct set, but that's creating more of a link, and this way we can, like I say, keep using it in other things. So now when we play the game, we can see our current level, and our level is 0, 0, and 0, 0, and that's because if we go back to BP third person, right at the top, get the XP system, we can call set start input values, and miss one thing. So if we go back to level system, go back to level, we want to set the default value range to be 1 here, because it can't start on 0. Go back to third person, and we can see it's updated to 100. Go back to level, press enter on the level, and it changes it to 1. And now, there we go, default value, just there. So now if I went back to BP third person and manually added in some XP, so current XP would be 50, press compile, start the game again, you can see it's updated that straight away. What we're going to do though is we're going to right click, press 1, get a keyboard event, get BPC level system, and get add XP, or increase XP, sorry. And then we can do increase by 150. And if we wanted to, we could do just increase level. So if you had like a merchant that once you completed a quest, straight away you gained a level, you could just call increase level on there as well. So third person, I'm going to press 1 and I'm going to gain 150 XP. You can see my levels changing, max and current. And it just keeps going up and changing as I need to. And that is how to set up a XP system, fully modular, that you can use on multiple things. Thank you very much.